Kanan started this story as a young boy who only wanted love, respect, and a place in his mother's world. He looked at Rack like she was untouchable. She was power. She was control. She was the reason the streets moved the way they did. But every season has slowly peeled that image away. The lies about his father, the secrets she kept, the way she used him when it helped her business, all of it planted something dark inside him. Season 5 is not about Kanan learning the game anymore. It is about him choosing who he wants to be. And that choice will not be soft dot by now. Kanan has felt betrayal in the worst way. He trusted his mother and found out she built his life on half-truths. He trusted friends and watched loyalty fall apart. He saw how love can turn into control. That kind of pain doesn't disappear. It changes a person. You can already see it in his eyes. He listens more than he talks. He watches more than he reacts. The smile that once showed innocence now hides calculation. Season 5 will push him to make decisions without emotion. The boy who once needed approval will stop asking for it. And that shift is dangerous. The biggest question this final season must answer is simple. When does Kanan stop being Rack's son and start becoming his own boss? That moment is coming. It may not happen in one loud explosion. It may happen quietly, in a choice he makes that shocks everyone. Maybe he lets someone fall. Maybe he refuses to save someone. Maybe he pulls the trigger without hesitation. Whatever it is, it will mark the end of the old Kanan. This season will show us the exact point where love no longer guides him. Survival will. What makes this transformation powerful is that it feels earned. We have watched the pressure build. We have watched the anger grow. We have watched trust break piece by piece. Kanan is not turning dark for no reason. He is adapting. The streets taught him one rule. Weakness gets punished, and family weakness hurts the most. If Rack thinks she can still control him, she may be too late. The final season will test their bond in ways we have never seen before. And once that line is crossed, there is no going back. Season 5 will likely place Kanan in situations where he must lead instead of follow. Up until now, he has stood in the shadow of Rack's empire. He has learned how deals are made, how threats are delivered, how fear keeps people in line. But watching is different from doing. This season will force him to step forward. When problems rise, eyes will turn to him, and how he responds will define his future. There is also the weight of loss that he carries. Every person he has lost has taken a piece of his softness. Pain can either break you or harden you. For Kanan, it has slowly built a wall. He will not trust easily. He will not open up. That distance will protect him, but it will also isolate him. And isolation creates cold thinking. In the final season, expect Kanan to make moves that surprise even his own family. Not because he wants chaos, but because he understands something they don't. Emotions are liabilities. Another powerful angle this season may explore is whether Kanan still believes in family at all. Blood once meant loyalty. But what happens when blood brings betrayal? If Rack tries to pull him back with love, will he fall for it again? Or will he finally see that love in this world always comes with a price? The tension between heart and survival will sit heavy on him. And at some point, he will choose survival. We may also see the first true glimpse of the ruthless mindset that defines his future. Not loud anger, not wild rage, but calm, steady decisions that remove threats without hesitation. The kind of choices that show he is thinking long-term. The kind of choices that say he is building something bigger than his mother ever imagined. This is the final season. There is no more time for hesitation. By the end, the streets will not see him as a kid anymore. They will see him as a leader. One of the most powerful parts of this final season will be the silent war between Kanan's past and his future. The past reminds him of who he used to be, loyal, emotional, eager to prove himself. The future demands something colder, and the more the pressure rises, the more that future version will take control. Every setback will push him further away from innocence. Rack built her empire with strategy and fear. Kanan has watched every move. He knows her strengths. He also knows her weaknesses. And that knowledge gives him power. If their relationship breaks completely, it will not just be emotional. It will be tactical. He understands how her network works. He understands who trusts her and who fears her. That gives him the ability to either protect her or destroy everything she built. The final season could turn into a quiet chess match between mother and son. Trust will become rare. Conversations will carry hidden meanings. Every alliance will feel temporary. Kanan may begin building his own circle, separate from Rack's influence. New partnerships, new loyalties, and those choices will send a message. He is not waiting for permission anymore. He is preparing for independence. And once he stands fully on his own, there is no turning back to being someone's protege. This transformation will not be loud at first. It will show in small details. The way he speaks, the way he looks at someone who lies to him, the way he pauses before reacting. These quiet changes are more powerful than any violent moment because they show growth. They show control. And control is the true sign of power. By the middle of this season, viewers will realize something important. Kanan is no longer reacting to the world. He is shaping it. As the final episodes move closer to the end, the pressure will explode. Enemies will close in. Family tension will rise. The streets will feel unstable. And in the middle of that storm, Kanan will face his defining choice. Protect his mother and remain in her shadow, or step forward and accept the consequences of becoming the new force in South Jamaica. That decision will not just change his life. It will reshape the entire power structure. If Rack falls, whether through betrayal, sacrifice, or violence, that moment will hit Kanan harder than anyone expects. But instead of breaking him, it may seal his transformation. Pain will no longer control him. It will fuel him. The final season must show the exact point where emotion stops guiding his actions. That is the birth of the man we know he becomes. There is also the possibility that Kanan makes a choice that shocks the audience. A move that proves he is thinking bigger than family ties. Maybe he allows something to happen that benefits him long term. Maybe he removes a threat that others were too scared to confront. Whatever it is, it must feel final, because this is the last chapter of his origin story. By the final scene of the season, we should see a different Kanan standing in the same streets where he once looked small. The environment will not change. The buildings will not change. But he will. His posture, his confidence, his silence. That silence will say everything. The rise is complete. The boy is gone. And what remains is someone ready to control the game. Without fear, without hesitation, and without looking back. Season 5 will not allow Kanan to stay comfortable. Up to now, he has learned by watching, by standing close to power, but never fully holding it. This time, the weight will land directly on his shoulders. When problems rise in the streets, people will not look at Rack first. They will look at him. And that change alone will shift everything. Respect in the streets does not come from last names or family ties. It comes from decisions. Fast decisions, hard decisions, and sometimes cruel decisions. Kanan will be forced to prove that he can make those calls without shaking. What makes this moment powerful is that he is no longer driven by the need to impress his mother. That hunger has changed into something deeper. He wants control, not approval. There is a big difference between those two things. Approval means you are still asking. Control means you are taking. This season will show Kanan slowly moving from one mindset to the other. He will begin speaking with more certainty. He will question orders instead of following them. And when someone doubts him, he will not react with emotion. He will react with action. Leadership in the drug game is not loud. It is quiet and steady. It is about knowing when to speak and when to let silence make people nervous. Kanan has been learning this skill for years. Now he will use it. Instead of acting out of anger, he will calculate. Instead of showing fear, he will mask it. That is the true sign of growth. The streets respect someone who can stay calm when everything around them is burning. Season 5 will test that calm again and again. Another important shift will be how he handles loyalty. In earlier seasons, loyalty meant friendship and trust. Now loyalty will mean usefulness. That is a cold change, but it is realistic. If someone becomes a risk, Kanan may not protect them just because of history. He will think about the bigger picture. Every connection will be measured. Every alliance will be questioned. This mindset does not come from hate. It comes from survival. He has learned that love can blind you, and being blind in this world can get you killed. There is also the growing distance between him and Rack. Even if they stand in the same room, they are no longer on the same path. Rack built her empire with control over everyone around her. But Kanan sees that control as a weakness now. He understands that fear can keep people in line.